How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to get straight into it. A lot of you guys on the previous Kamala Harris video I did were talking about the former mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown. They were saying, hey, what about Willie Brown and the affair with Kamala Harris? To be honest, I didn't know anything about that before that video. But since then, I've been doing some digging. And as you see, I was able to unearth a gem. You see the headline right above me. Extramarital affair with Kamala Harris. Former San Francisco mayor, 84 years old, admits it happened. Now, obviously, you have the former mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown. And right next to me, you have Kamala Harris, the former California attorney general, prosecutor, and now presidential hopeful. If elected, she will be the first, quote unquote, black. And I say that term loosely because she is of mixed heritage. Her mother was a red dye Indian and her father is a Jamaican. And Jamaican is not a race, so I'm not quite sure if he is mixed himself or not. But for now, I digress. The point is that she may be the first, quote unquote, black female president ever. The first female president ever. And then, of course, the first black female president. So we're going to get into the article to see what it says, to see exactly what their affair actually meant and if it's going to impact her election chances. And the article reads, former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown addressed his past extramarital relationship with U.S. Senator Kamala Harris in his weekly column Saturday, saying he may have boosted the presidential hopeful's career. All right. So we ain't just talking about, oh, this is a romantic thing. We're just dating. We're talking about an affair while the man was married, and he's old. Like, she's 54, he's 84. That's a 30-year difference. I'm pretty sure this man is older than her father, and he's most certainly older than her mother, because I was able to see that she is 4 years younger than this man. But we'll keep going. Yes, we dated. It was more than 20 years ago, Brown wrote in the San Francisco Chronicle. You dated this old man. He's admitting it. It's not slander. It's not libel. And he helped your career. But let's see exactly how he helped her career, shall we? We continue. Yes, I may have influenced her career by appointing her to 2 state commissions when I was California Assembly Speaker. And I certainly helped with her first race for district attorney in San Francisco. So you got a woman that was a DA, then became attorney general, now is trying to become the president, who was boosted up by this man that she knew was married. If he is the mayor of San Francisco, that is a high profile position. You know he's married, but you got with him anyway. 20 years ago, I'm not a mathematician, but if we're talking about 1994 when this happened, that puts her at right around 30 years old, and that puts him right around 60. So this is an old married man. You are fresh out of law school. You're trying to boost your career. You sleep with that man to get to a higher position. And he's putting it out there in black and white. But let's see exactly why he's putting it out there in black and white, because he could just be quiet and not say anything and just let the rumors happen. But then again, at a certain point, it's going to get unearthed. If it was public knowledge and you had news reporting on it, it was going to get out there anyway. When you try to become the president, all your past deeds that you did, you don't want to be out there, will be out there. But let's keep going. Brown, 84, pointed out that he also helped the careers of other prominent California Democrats, such as U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Governor Gavin Newsom, and U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein. What great company to be in, Kamala Harris. But you want to tell these young, hopeful, so-called progressives to vote for you while you in bed with literally the establishment and you were a prosecutor? Like, it doesn't make any sense. We continue. The difference is that Harris is the only one who, after I helped her, sent word that I would be indicted if I so much as jaywalked while she was DA, Brown wrote. That's politics for you. So, I mean, what are we doing? We talking about a woman scorned? Okay. Like, why would she be so hard on this guy after he did so much to help her? Not only her, but her contemporaries as well. What is the purpose of doing that? I want to hear from her. I want to hear from Kamala Harris during this town hall that's coming up, like sometime this week on CNN. I want to hear somebody in the audience ask that question. These town halls are usually curated and the questions are known beforehand. But I want to see a person go off the beaten path and ask her about this particular situation. But let's keep going. Brown appointed Harris, about 30 years younger than Brown and just a few years out of law school, to 2 well-paid state commission assignments on the Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board and the California Medical Assistance Commission, the Washington Free Beacon reported. Now, again, I'm not a rocket scientist over here, but do these jobs sound like they're very difficult? And how much are you going to get paid for these jobs? Are we talking about cushy jobs you can just sit back and do nothing and get paid? Is that what's going on, Miss Kamala Harris? Or like what's really going on? You try out of law school, what kind of job are you going to get that's going to be some kind of really high-ranking thing? You're on the state board that early. I mean, I want to know how much you're getting paid and what you actually did in that particular position. But we'll keep going. Whether you agree or disagree with the system, I did the work, Harris said in a 2003 interview with San Francisco Weekly. I brought a level of life knowledge and common sense to the jobs. Well, what did you actually do in the jobs? That's what I want to know. And that's a good quote right there that you see that's, highlighted. The former mayor also connected Harris with campaign donors, which helped her outraise her opponent for San Francisco District Attorney, Business Insider reported. Brown's involvement in her election raised questions as to how Harris would remain impartial given this enormous political clout. Very good question. Very good, thought to have in your head. Questions about Brown's relationship with Harris began anew after she announced her 2020 presidential bid on Martin Luther King Day. During his 2 terms as mayor of San Francisco, Brown was known for his charm, arrogance, and ego, according to a 96 profile in People magazine. Named one of the world's 10 sexiest men by Playgirl magazine in 1984, Brown sometimes attended parties with his wife on one arm and a girlfriend on the other, according to a reporter quoted by the magazine. This dude, so it was well known. You got this guy that's basically a philanderer in office, and Kamala Harris had to have known that as well. If you grew up in Oakland, well, not really Oakland. You lived in Oakland, but grew up in Canada, then came back after college. But I digress. At a certain point, you got to know who this guy is. Even if you didn't necessarily grow up in America, you grew up in Canada most of your life or most of your formative years, and then you came back after you turned, 20-something. Even if that's the case, when you get into politics in Oakland, you got to know who that guy is. Brown and Harris broke up in 1995, but remained political allies. In Saturday's column, Brown said Harris is, quote, riding a buzzwave, the likes of which we haven't seen in years. Fox News contacted Harris's office for a response to Brown's claims, but did not receive a response. She's got to respond at a certain time and to somebody somewhere. If it ain't the Fox News, if it ain't the CNN, it's going to be somebody that asks her that question. What happens when you have, people on the street with cameras on their cell phone and they're just asking Kamala Harris questions about this particular situation? She's got to answer at a certain point. For the past decade or so, Brown has reportedly been linked with Sonia Molotdretskaya, a Russian refugee and socialite. So are they going to claim that he's some kind of Russian agent or troll, and Kamala Harris, by being linked to him, is also a Russian agent? Or is that only for Donald Trump people like that? Like, what's really going to go on as a result of that? I don't know. He is said to be separated from his wife, Blanche Vitero, whom he married in 1958. 1958, yo. That's before my parents were born, and I'm 34. So, I mean, what are we really doing here? This is crazy. This man been married for a half a century, and she get with him. You have to know what's going on. But let's keep going. Brown and Vitero have 3 children, while Brown also fathered a child in 2001 with his former fundraiser, Carolyn Carpenetti, according to the Chronicle. So this guy is just something else, a piece of work. And everybody knows that, though. That's the thing about it. It ain't like, oh, it's a surprise to Kamala Harris. She didn't know. She was blindsided. She thought he was single. Nah, you knew who that man was from the beginning. You probably targeted him or sought after him. That's probably a better word. I don't want to say targeted. You probably sought after him to have him help with your political career. And then afterwards, you want to say, oh, I want to, anytime he makes a wrong move, I want to put him in the penitentiary for what? Why? He helped you. And it's all out there. Now, this man very well could be lying, but at a certain point, these things can be backed up. I mean, everybody has known about the affair. The question is, why would you have an affair? And it's not a lie that you were on those particular positions and you had to get fundraising. How did you get the fundraising? How did you get in the positions? Just because you're just so great and you're just so fantastic. At a certain point, everybody knows that when you're dealing with the corporate world, a lot of it is all about who you know. And if you're sleeping with the man, that's the man, then you're definitely going to have a higher chance of gaining more positions and more money. It's very simple. So I'm not sure that America is ready for a person that's a homewrecker. Well, not really a homewrecker, but a philanderer, an adulterer. I'm not sure if we're ready for that. And I'm not sure if people that tend to lean left are ready for a prosecutor, somebody who was instrumental in putting a lot of so-called minorities behind bars. How are you going to have an affair with an old man that's married and you know he's married to get ahead in your career? Is that commendable? Now, some would talk about Trump and locker room talk and stuff like that, and he had an affair with Stormy Daniels. Well, he didn't have an affair, allegedly, with Stormy Daniels to help his career. Okay, he was just out there, allegedly, having some fun. And this was before anything political. She is allegedly engaging in affairs to advance her political career. That's a whole different ball of wax. Are you a prostitute? I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you're not, but it's kind of a transactional type of thing that's going on. And is that who you want to be the president? I don't really know. But what more is there about Kamala Harris relating to this incident or anything else that I've missed in this particular case? I did a video previous to this one about her, and I'll link to that in the box. But this one here really kind of caught my eye, caught my ear. I want to hear from you. So whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.